G-O-W-D. What's up, everybody? It is your brother, your sister, your auntie, your uncle, your mama, your daddy, your grandma, your granddaddy, and your favorite cousin on your daddy's side, Jay Pleasant. And today I have the beautifully talented. You may have seen her asking you to say something. You may have seen her standing like this, giving you good Nikki with the B.O.B. Bob. You may have seen her on TikTok going viral. Give it up for MadaÍ Chakell, everybody. How are you doing, sister?
I am doing great, thank you.
So,
Okay.
I have a game. It's called Pass the Aux. So basically, I'm going to give you a set of scenarios, and you have to give me the best song of what you think best fits that scenario, okay?
Okay.
All right, bet. Let's get into it. All right, so you are coming home from a night out and the fast food drive-through line is deviously long, but you wanted the burger all night long. What song are you playing to help the time or line move a little bit quicker?
I'd probably play some Ice Spice. I'd probably play In Her Mood because I feel like,
Mm-hmm.
okay, we gotta bounce a little bit because this is kind of the movement I do once I finally eat. I'm like, yeah, this is cool.
Uh-huh.
So I play In Her Mood, then maybe go to deli, and then I would probably try to keep it upbeat, but not like forcing the upbeat. Like I wouldn't go extreme, play like you're hot and you're cold. Like that's too much. Because I'd probably get mad. I'd be like I'd get annoyed. So it gotta be something that's like, okay, I'm vibing. Where the food at?
Mm-hmm. A cute little vibe, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're pre-gaming a night out with some of your inner circle. What song are you playing to start the night off the right way?
Mm. Okay, so pregame. So what I've experienced in pregames is that everybody likes to listen to the same thing that they're about to hear at the actual location. So I might warm them up, let them know that okay, let's play Essence. We love Essence, but like, let me give y'all a little vibe that y'all all know, think y'all cool for knowing, and then I'm gonna
Mm-hmm.
segue into like maybe like let me think. Yeah, I really probably would start off with Essence just to warm them up. You know, they all know
Mm-hmm.
that.
Mm-hmm. So you're on the bus sitting next to a stranger who confessed to not knowing any Beyonce songs. What is the first song you play to lock them in?
If he doesn't know any Beyonce songs, oh my gosh, because it's like I would play Freakum Dress because that's my favorite song. But I think I would have to, I'm all about you gotta reel people in. So I'd probably start off a little calmer and maybe play like um what's that Bonnie and Clyde with her and Jay-Z because I feel like that has a vibe to it
Uh-huh.
that's like, okay.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I love that. Yes, very much. People don't
Mhm.
know about Bonnie and Clyde, but I
They
don't know why.
don't,
It's
but
okay.
that's the vibe.
It's okay. It is very much so a vibe. You and your friends are on a road trip and everyone is getting sleepy. What song do you play to wake everybody up?
To wake them up. Oh, I thought you was gonna say to put them more to sleep. I was definitely gonna have songs for those because I was going to sleep too. I'm tired. To turn them up. This is good though. Maybe some Chris Brown. Maybe like
Mm-hmm.
just something Chris Brown. Maybe like I love you every day. Hey.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, kind of wake them up. Like okay, we're awake.
Mm-hmm. I was thinking, Kiss Kiss with him and T-Pain.
Okay. Well, you know what? I would play some T-Pain because everyone will sing along to T-Pain. Like, so I think I would
Uh-huh.
play T-Pain too, actually.
That's a good one. Okay, your bestie is going through a bad breakup. What song are you playing to help them get over their old lover?
You'll get over it because yeah, like why are you no, like what? No. like don't even get me started on that topic. Like literally there's so many more fish in the sea. Yeah, you'll get over it.
Period. Period.
Yeah.
Okay, imagine you are a violent person. What song are you playing to get yourself in a mood to pull up on somebody?
Oh. Oh.
Because you from New
Okay.
York, girl, so
Listen, okay, so here's the thing. I'm so dramatic, and the way I envision things is so different from what people would expect. But I'm be on some time, and that's like, okay, this is so funny. You know that song? This is hilarious. It's like, stay scheming Niggas trying to get at
Oh.
me. Like, I want to put my hoodie on. I want to be like, yeah. Cause like, yeah, like, why you playing with me though? So I would play that song because I want to feel gangsta.
Love it. I love it. Okay, this is the last one. You are the #1 fan of your favorite artist, and they ask you to play a song of theirs to become the official president of their fan club. What song are you playing?
Oh my gosh.
This is a good one.
This is so good though, because I'm like, where do I want to go with this? And who do I really want to pick? Um, wow. You really threw me for a loop. I would probably, dang, like I keep saying this man name, but like I would say Party Next Door.
Speaking to existence.
I gotta say Party Next Door because I really am a super fan. Like I definitely know mad at his songs. I will play this song that's only on SoundCloud, and I literally can't think of the melody at this second, but it's on SoundCloud. Can you see me like 2 seconds so I can think? Okay,
Yeah.
hold on. It's like
I'm gonna put some theme to do.
okay, like this.
I'm gonna put
But
that
I
music in the back.
don't wanna die, cause what we're gonna be having, it's a bit, baby, hold on, again, Freak, I can't get to the chorus, but if you're a Party Next Door fan, you know what I'm singing. Yeah, I play that.
Right, because I don't even know that song, and I know Party,
I know,
so it's like
really, really old.
this song's gonna be eating you up until you get the text me the name of it when you find it, please.
I'm gonna know right when I get off because it's in my SoundCloud.
So MadaÍ, how did you find your style of music? How did you find your voice?
I think I found my voice by just gravitating to whatever I liked, really. Like I've never been a person to like hide what I like or just like completely turn off things that might not be deemed as cool. Because trust me, I was around a lot of people that would think that what I was interested in was definitely not cool. But I was like, I don't care. I listen to what you listen to and what I listen to. So I think I just always, enjoyed what I liked, and that's how I kind of came up with my sound. I have a big variety of like taste in music that I feel like I'm a conglomeration of everything I've ever heard.
Right. And that actually leads into the next question. So how did you handle the haters, the people that was like, girl, I don't think this is tea. So how did you handle that?
Honestly, it was not hard because I'm like, you don't like it, but these 20 million views do though. So it was real easy for me to be like, I think when things are on a smaller scale, it's easier to feel like you can pay attention to the haters. But I was receiving so much love that it was like, y'all mad crazy for not liking this, and I'm gonna make you like it because I'm not gonna stop. So I was
And you're
chilling
gonna
for
see me regardless.
yeah, and I mean, there were times that some people might have said certain things, and I might have responded, but at the end, I was still like, I'm still gonna do it though. So it was easy.
So do you think those moments where you didn't respond, do you think that was like a extra push? Because it was like I'm pretty sure later on at the end you were able to like prove them wrong. So what do you think that was like an extra push? Like, I'm glad I didn't respond, because had you done it, some people believe in karma and things of that nature. So had you responded, do you think that it could have blocked the blessing from you?
No, because my responses were never really crazy. It was just that I think I was what is that word? I feel like I was taking into account too much of their opinion, like in a certain way. Like basically I would have a conversation in the comments. I'm like, so what did you not like about this? Like, I want to know why, because I'm like, this is really it. So I would like to understand from your perspective what made you not like this. And I think I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing, but I think it was more so like you can't please everybody. And even if they tell you what they don't like, you liked it, which is why you put it out to begin with. So I mean, yeah, if you want to collect their reasonings and whatever, but it didn't really do anything for me because I always like what I do, and I feel like someone else will.
That's amazing. That's honestly the key to it. As long as you like it, and as long as as long as you got that one or the one or two people that's always on top of you, that's always viewing you, that's always giving you your accolades, I feel like that's all that matters. Especially as long as you like it. So I love that. I really do. So if you could talk to your younger self, what would you say? What advice would you give your younger self?
I would just say, girl, be you, because honestly, who I am right now is so much of what I was as a child. And it's
Hmm.
just in just a better way. It's more, what's the word? Like, it's just more put together. I was just like
Hmm.
this as a kid, but there was like a chunk of years where I removed myself from being this way. I was just
Hmm.
conforming to my culture around me. I went to a public school in New York, and they're ruthless. So it was just like I was like, okay, let's turn that side of me off. But once I reverted back to who I always was as a kid, I'm like, that was the girl. That 9-year old, that 8-year old, the one that booked Lion King and did all those things is the girl that is gonna get you to where you're trying to go. So that's really what I would say. I've just like stay true to yourself.
Right. And since we're talking about Lion King, let's talk about the Lion King. You booked the Lion King at 8 years old.
Yeah.
Tell us about that process and how you came about doing all of that.
Yeah, so basically I went to a like after school program. I hate to say that because there's like a stigma of after school programs that's just given you waiting for your parent to come pick you up. No, this after school program was like a boot camp that you go to another building. It wasn't at the school. It was after school hours, but let's take that off. It was literally a performing arts school that brought in teachers from all around the world to train you on different levels of
Right.
dance, singing, all these things. And they had connections where they were able to send kids out on open calls. So they had sent me and like 10 other girls to audition for the Lion King, but it was an open call. So I didn't have an agent or manager where you
Hmm.
could get your little private audition. No, I'm standing in a long line of 800 kids. And we were up there like at 5 in the morning and just waiting for our time. My number was 123. And I finally went in with the girls that I came with, my home girls, and we were in a big circle, 50 of us. They were taking kids in 50 and just pointing at each kid to sing a line
Wow.
from Just Can't Wait to Be King. And when it came to my part, I forgot what part I sang, but I made sure I was hitting them notes. And then they said, okay, number 1, 2, 3, stay, da da da, stay. Rest of you can go. Literally, like two or three of us got to stay from that group of 50 in that chunk. And mind you, this is still out of 800 kids. So they're like, you are going to have a callback. Come back next Saturday. And I'm like, okay. With my mom, I'm 8 still. I didn't even turn 9 yet. So I'm just like, okay. So I think I had about 3 callbacks in New York before I actually booked the role. And I never really truly understood what I was doing. So as I was doing it, I'm like, oh yeah. So when I book Lion King, like when we go to Lion King, I was talking like I'm already in Lion King because I don't know, I didn't know rejection yet. So I was like, yeah, I'm getting the part. And I
Right.
didn't know what that was. So when I did get the part, it was like, hey, we're going on tour. So that's pretty much how that happened. And I traveled with the Lion King for a year and a half around the country. And we moved from state to state like every three
That's
weeks. We even
amazing.
stayed in Toronto for like 2 months. So I'll be like, yeah, I lived in Canada. I'll be saying that because I did. So yeah.
Right. So was there anything that you learned from that experience that you still carry on to this day?
Yes, honestly, I think my extreme level of perfectionism is something that I don't think I'll ever be able to shake because on Broadway, yeah, you're a child, but you are an employee and you are getting paid
Hmm.
and you are working for Disney.
Hmm.
So at the end of the day, you have a job and they are expecting you to do it well. And I have just took that mentality with me with everything that I do, like all the videos I post. I am recording multiple takes until I feel like it's the one. And even still, I'm like, that ain't the one, but they gonna like it. So I'm very,
Hmm.
particular on what I do because of that experience.
Right. So as a child, were you always, this animated character, or were you the type to just, you're leaving it on the stage and you go back into your shell?
Yeah, no, I've always been pretty animated. Actually, I would say that like my animation what has gotten me to be like this good at what I do because I don't think I was one of those kids that just came out the womb singing good. Like I have videos of me as a kid. I'm like, that was flat. Like I wasn't a good singer, but I had so much passion for wanting to be the main character that I was willing to learn. And with that, I've just always kind of been ready to do the next big thing.
Hmm. So do you think that ambition, that drive, do you think it intensified as you grew older, or do you think it kind of stayed the same?
I would say I would say the same, but intensified in certain ways. I think when I was a child, I was doing it only for fun, but now it's for fun, but it's like also to change my life, to change the circumstance of my life, my mother, my father, my family. Like I want to change their lives. I wasn't dancing as a kid thinking like, yeah, we're gonna get out the hood with this move. I wasn't thinking about none of those
Hmm.
things. Now it's like I have a whole different level of hunger to want to achieve my goals because I want to see my folks, have a great life, and I know that I could do that for them.
Right, right. So you grew up in New York and you currently live in Atlanta. Was
Mhm.
there a difference in, I guess not really, the lessons learned or the resources? Was there like a major difference in the resources between New York and Atlanta?
Yes, extremely. That's really the only reason I moved to Atlanta. I was told this was like the
Mhm.
promised land for music. And I'm like, yes, because when I tried to start breaking out into music in New York, I just found it to be difficult because my community was just mostly actors, since that's what I was doing before I decided to start making music. So I just felt like I couldn't find a community of people to like be in the mix. Everything is mixy when it
Right.
comes to music and who you next to and da da da. So I'm like, yeah, I need to go somewhere where people are open to networking and putting you in rooms. And that was the biggest difference.
Right. So did you find it to be a hard time for you to train your voice from Broadway to, doing your studio work? And even from when it comes to acting, was it hard for you to make that transition? I don't know if you did any acting in front of the camera or anything like that, but was it hard for you to make that transition if you did from doing Broadway acting to in front of the camera film?
That specifically is still something that I am mastering because
Hmm.
my theater acting is so rooted in my bones that I'm so extra all the time. And I'll be like, relax that face. You don't need to have that eyebrow all the way up there. So it's just like definitely when it comes to that, I'm learning how to master the naturalness. But honestly, my naturalness is all the way up here. So that's something I'm working on. But when it comes to
Mm.
my voice, oh, and also with the acting, it was easy to just kind of like leave that alone too because that experience wasn't fulfilling me the way I wanted it to. Like right now, having the success I'm having with my music, I wasn't having that in my acting world as much. Like, yeah, I did TV. I, featured in some shows on like CBS and things of that nature, but like it wasn't taking me to the next level. And also, I was
Right,
feeling
right,
so confined in being something that I wasn't. Like I couldn't even dye my hair, and I've been wanting to have red hair for years because in acting you gotta be clean cut, nice black hair, and
right.
I'm over this. Y'all not even booking me. Can I please dye my hair? So that was easy to let go. But with my voice, I would say that um my Broadway style has allowed me to sing this rock the way I do because I'm classically trained, so I know how to just flip my voice in many different ways. So it's been like an extreme benefit to have that.
Right. And when it comes to, singing, I call it, the rock star R&B because that's what it gives. You still got
Yeah.
that R&B twig to it. When it comes to
Mhm.
singing that, you have to be very precise. How do you because I know you say, you worked on not being such a professionalism, not professionalism, perfectionist, Jesus. That's what
Perfectionist.
I'm trying to say. Perfectionist. You're trying your best not to be a perfectionist. How do you make sure you're not being a perfectionist, but still very precise? Because you have to be very precise when you're singing what you're singing.
Right. I think that it's still something that I it's a constant thing that I have to remind myself as I do it. Like even just last night I posted a video, and I hadn't posted a live singing video in a while, so I was already feeling like "Ugh." And then it's like you go through seasons where yeah you're heavily focused on working on your voice, and then there's times where okay we focusing on this right now, so I'm not necessarily warming up every
Right.
second of the day. But last night I had prepared to sing this song, and I wasn't as confident about the video while it was happening, but I
Mm.
remember from my past experiences is that I'm never necessarily confident while filming any video, and I know that I end up liking it when I listen to it like the next day. So I was like, okay, girl, you're gonna like this tomorrow. Like you're judging it right now because you're doing it. So every time I'm doing anything, I'm like, you're not gonna like it right now, but once you finish it and you listen, you're gonna be like, yeah, you ate. And I'm feeling like that right now.
Yeah.
Like I've listened to this video and I'm like, okay, wasn't so bad. So I think it's just a constant
It
reminder.
wasn't bad at all. It was actually amazing, girl. I know you saw me in the comments, girl. I said, "Sing, ma'am," because you were
Thank,
singing. You were
thank
singing. So going back to acting, it's a little, I wouldn't say it's a hidden secret, but some people don't know that you actually are as well a voice actress. So can you tell us
you.
about that? Because you've done things for PBS, Nick Jr., Nickelodeon, Disney. Tell us about that process and how you came to that.
Yeah, so that really just came to me. My manager at the time for acting was just like, seeing that I wasn't booking many things on the screen. I was going through puberty. The face was just giving Rocky Mountains and all the things that the camera was not trying to see. So they were like, you're still so good. Let's try to do voiceovers. And I'm like, okay. And I
Right.
ended up booking them. Like it was so easy for me because I'm already naturally animated and I do use these voices in my everyday life. So when I was like given characters to do, I'm like, oh, this is fun. Like this is really cool. And that's kind of how that came about. And I just started to enjoy being behind the scenes as I was trying to get this skin together.
hmm So when it comes to, your voice and being animated and, tying that into your viral TikTok videos, your viral social media videos, is that MadaÍ that we're seeing, or is that MadaÍ with the extra pizzazz?
I think it's MadaÍ with an extra pizzazz because
hmm
I don't know. Like my manager always tells me, he's like, "You're the same person." I'm like, "Really? You think so?" But I am, and I don't know. When the camera comes on, I'm like, "Oh, I'm gonna give you a show. I'm gonna give you what I want to give you every single second of my life." But I drain people because even now, people are drained with me just talking in regular conversation. Like my mom checks out 3 minutes into a conversation with me. So when the camera comes on, I'm ready to give them what they've been missing.
Right. So tell us about, that first viral, super viral TikTok video that you posted. What made you want to do that, first of all? And then on top of that, what made you want to continue to go along with it?
Okay, so before I had my big break singing the Lil Uzi, I originally went viral singing by Cali. And that was what really made me go, okay, this is what they want to see. I was just in my car, just I wasn't even making TikToks at the time. I was like doing music and I was just trying to
hmm
promote that. And I was also like just strictly in my R&B bag and I was getting no engagement. So it's just like I'm just kind of here. So when I made the TikTok scene by Cali, I was not even planning for a viral moment. I wasn't trying to be strategic like how are we going to get them to like me? I was just doing what I really love to do, singing in just an extreme way, and that was when I realized that people liked it and I need to step out of just strictly being R&B because in R&B there's a little tradition of how you sing and it's my voice is bigger than that sound. So when I realized that they liked that, I was like, okay, let's keep going. And after that, I sang Wait a Minute by Willow Smith and that did good. And then I think shortly after that I ended up singing the Lil Uzi song Oh Wonder. And that just was just another one of the videos that I had already been doing, and that one just took
Right.
off. So I was like, yeah, this is it.
That's dope. So was it hard for you to find your current style of music? I know you say you were strictly in your R&B bag.
Yeah.
And when you decided to, make that change, was it hard for you to actually pinpoint what you wanted to sound like?
Yes, honestly, I think Say Something is the first product of what I
Wow.
really want to sound like. Not even so much only because I have so many styles, but I think in this time and where I'm at emotionally, mentally, that this is the sound I've been trying to create because I did come out
hmm
with You'll Get Over It, which was because of the viral video. That is still very much me, but I've never even done anything like that before. And it was like literally rock and it was just crazy. So I'm like, okay, I love this. This is so fun. But I don't know if I would want to do this for every single song. So I'm like, okay,
Right.
let's try in this song. And then that next song was completely really not the sound I was ever trying to go for. It was just something I was good at. And so I'm like, now I'm trying to figure out, do I do what I'm good at or do what I love? Because I could go be a rock
hmm
star for real, but I don't love that, and necessarily, I love it for fun, but I didn't want that to be my entire career where, because I still very much got a lot of soul in me, and I needed to find a balance, which is how I came
That
up with
middle
emo
ground.
R&B of Say Something. So yeah, I would say it was hard because I'm like, this song is not it. I mean, I sound good, but that ain't me. So yeah.
Mm-hmm. I love
Mhm.
that. So let's talk about Say Something. Your first single was I Can't Love You, and your most recent single is Say Something. Within that year's time, has there been a huge difference as an artist and even as a person?
Yes, I would just say I'm stronger and I'm wiser because when I was making I Can't Love You, it's just a time that I'm just like, why? Why did you do that? I think I was really
Mm-hmm.
trying to please my, my black community with that song. As much as I loved it, it just it just wasn't showing all that I was capable of doing. So
Mm-hmm.
I then finally have just learned that I can be as free and as big as I want to. And I don't have to feel like I need to stay. Like, I was low key worried about losing my black card. Like, I'm not even gonna lie to you because,
Mm.
we have a tough time accepting new things when we do it. And I think I was kind of in that mind space. I'm like, and my peers are OD R&B, and I love what they do. And I'm like, but I don't do that. So I was feeling really
Right.
weird and just trying to figure it out. And sorry, but I've grown since
No,
then
you're
because
good.
now I'm like, I'm gonna do it, and y'all gonna like it.
Right. So how did you handle the haters? How did you handle the people saying, girl, give it up, girl? How did you handle those people saying that?
Well, luckily, ain't nobody ever said that to my face because yeah, they know better. But in the comments, they
Come
definitely were
on.
letting me
She's from
know.
New York.
Yeah, people were in the comments saying some things like just saying dumb stuff, and sometimes I would respond in a sense of like, "What do you mean by that? But why do you feel that way?"
Mm-hmm.
But then I just realized I know why they feel that way. They live in a small town. They don't expand. And honestly, the reason I'm able to do what I do is because of all the experiences. So I can't expect people to understand why I do something if they haven't had the same experiences as me. And I just kind of learned to be like, whatever. They'll come around because they are.
Hello, because they
Yeah.
are, and I think that's very important. Is there a mix of, you're still, taking what the people say and putting that into your music while also doing what you want to do, or is it just strictly, girl, you get what you get, and if you have a fit, girl, that's on you.
I do take it into account, but I don't think that there has yet been a suggestion really that I
Hmm.
taken where I said, this is what they want me to do, I'm gonna do it. Because not because of anything, but I always end up really liking whatever idea I think of and then
Hmm.
do it and I get a good response. So I'm still open to like hearing what my my supporters would say and stuff like that. And I highly consider it. But I kind of just give them what they gonna get.
Period. And as you should. So a lot of people know you as my favorite rock star gym teacher. And a lot of people don't know that you met your manager in the gym. Please tell us that amazing story. Please. I love
Yeah,
hearing it.
it was crazy. It's like one of the best stories because it's so much of divine timing. Because though even just down to the specific gym that I went to, like life did not have to go the way it did, and it literally did for this reason because I don't know what I do without him. But honestly, yes, I met him at the gym. He was working there. He actually in his past life was a whole bodybuilder. Like, man, it's scary. So he was at the gym and he was like, "Are you a trainer?" And I'm like, "No, I'm actually an artist." And I basically just give him the rundown of what I do because at that time I was going viral. So I was ready to give people my resume when they asked me what I do. And I just told him, and he's like, I'm impressed. He's watching my videos in front of me, and I'm like, yep, tell me what you think. So he's like, actually, I want to have a conversation with you. And I'm like, okay, because everybody wants to have a conversation after I tell them. And that was the
Right.
part that I was still trying to figure out how to navigate because people say they can do a lot of things that they can't do. And
Right.
he actually was asking me questions and holding conversations with me that just felt very profound and very much so like, okay, we might be able to go somewhere with your way of thinking and my way of thinking. And he was like, yes, let's get your mom on the phone, you know, because we're doing things professional. And when I heard that, I'm like, I like this guy, you know, he means business.
Mm-hmm.
And we just developed a relationship from the gym, and I don't know, that is my best everything, and it's been great ever since.
Yeah. So was it hard for you to put your trust into him and, trust him with your career? Because a lot of people, as we know, a lot of people, they find managers and they find, people to work on their team and they don't have their best interests in
Yeah.
mind. So was it hard for you to put your trust in him in that way?
Honestly, I was ready to put my trust into someone because I've had so many failed
Mm,
managers just not manage. And when he came around, I'm like, listen, if you mean business, I'm gonna mean business too. So I'm gonna give him everything that I'm ready to give and see how he reciprocates it. And the man was just on it. Like we hadn't even signed anything yet, and he was doing the job. He was auditioning for me. I was like, I like this. So I was open, I was ready, and I'm glad I did it because, like I said, you know, I just haven't been nurtured in the right ways to get me to where I want to be. And he has done that to
right.
all of us.
I love that. So let's
Mhm.
talk about your creative process for a second. Walk us through your creative process. How do you create the beauty that comes out of your mouth even when you're in the studio? Are you the type of person that needs to meditate? Are you the type of person that needs to smell something? What's your creative process like?
No, I don't smoke because I'm very weak in the lung department. And for some reason, I can't do it. I see people do it. I'm like, how do you do it? I just can't. I will get hoarse. Like I even around smoke, I'm gonna get hoarse. So I just can't. But no, really for me, I just be like letting the ideas come to me. Everything that I've ever done has come to me. I've never had to like,
Mhm.
okay, let's figure out what do we need to do next? How are we gonna wow them? Like I don't have to sit down and do no crazy hard brainstorming. My ideas just come. And honestly, all my songs really are about things I've experienced, especially Say Something. I done went through a experience of emotions and I just write about what I'm feeling. So fortunately, I don't have to indulge in certain things, but life be happening. So that's how I get my ideas.
Right. And since we're talking about Say Something again, can you tell the people who haven't listened to it, and if you haven't listened to it, I don't know what you're waiting on. Just go ahead and listen to it. Stream Say Something, please. If let's talk about Say Something and what that song means so that the people can get a deeper understanding of what you meant in the studio.
I've been literally practicing this answer so many times. Like every time I'm in the shower, I'll be like, so say something is, you know, da da da, because this song really got me mad. Like when I was writing this song, what I had experienced really was a lot of emotion. So I just couldn't wait to put it all on the table. But I put it on the floor actually. But honestly, I really that song is just it's as simple as it sounds. Like I just wish that, you know, that someone would say something. They weren't saying anything. It was a lot of vibes, it was a lot of hints. But I'm a clear, direct person. And yeah, we could vibe a little bit and test the waters. But after some time,
Hmm.
you have to say something. And I need you
Hmm.
to tell me what it is and what it's not because I'm already fantasizing. I'm trying to get married. I'm trying to do all the things. So I need to know if I need to stop that because you're not saying something. But yeah, that's what that song is about. It's just really like, listen, just be open, be honest, tell me what it is that you feel because I'm feeling that too.
Period.
Yeah.
Period. So has there ever been a moment where, you hit that block of creation, the creative block, and how did you come out of that? Or, even if it's, something that you went through recently, can you tell us, about that time where you came out of the creative block?
I think I go through creative blocks quite often because I'm
Mm,
always like trying to figure out what else can I do. But like I said, the ideas always come to me. So when I do find myself feeling like anxious and not having ideas come to me, I'm like, all right, let's chill. Maybe you need to go live some life a little bit. Like I'll go
Mm-hmm.
out, maybe just, just experience life. And then sure enough, something happens where it's time to write a song about it. So when I do have creative blocks, I call my manager and I vent about it on the phone. He's like, Day, the ideas always come to you. Just let it. I'm like, you're right, you're right. So I just kind of just thug it out until I have another idea.
Right, right.
Hmm.
And I think that's very important to what you said, literally just live life. I think a lot of artists are not living. I wouldn't say a lot of artists. Let me take that back. Some artists aren't living life. They're just, they're not
Yeah,
willing to cultivate their experiences. So I think that's very important that you take time to, experience life and go through things and be a human. I
yeah.
think that's very important.
Hmm.
So your stage performances, let's talk about it. How do you prepare for your stage performances, and do you find it to be hard to fully, I guess, be yourself on stage?
Yes, so I think uh I'm still very much in a way like early stages of my career. So being that emo R&B is so new, I haven't quite
Hmm.
found an audience like in the physical form to perform these songs to. So when I have, it's been to a demographic of people that I know are not expecting to hear what I'm about to do, especially when the first 15 performers did the same thing. And then I'm about to go on there and I'm like, hey guys,
Hmm.
I'm gonna do this. So how I prepare for it really is same way I do for my TikToks. I practice over and over and over again, drink my tea, do all the things to sound great. Then I make sure whatever I'm wearing is really emulating my mood. Like I never wear things that don't feel like me in that moment. So I'm feeling comfortable. I'm feeling like I look good, sound good. And I just get up on there and it's like, although I know they've never heard this before, I'm gonna make them love it. And I just put on a show.
I love that. Has there been a time where, you didn't give off your best performance? How did you bounce back from that, if there has been a time?
I think yeah, there definitely has been times where that has happened, just really in the music world, because at least like doing Broadway and acting, there's a script and you are following it and you already know what you're doing. But like as an artist, you don't know what to expect. The audience,
Right.
everything is really just in the moment. Um, and when it happens, I just kind of go, I don't really trip for real because I know that not to say I'm not meant to perform in these settings, but I know that when I'm in a setting that will appreciate what I'm doing and it's done to the capacity that that I know that this show should give, like the lights and the stage and all the things and the glitz and glam, that's gonna be where the best shows are gonna happen. And I just kind of take these like smaller experiences as like, a little practice run.
I love that. I really do love that. I really do love that.
Yeah.
Okay. Your stage name, girl. Your stage name is very unique, just like your sound. How did
Yeah.
you come about your stage name? And tell us about that.
Yeah, MadaÍ Chakell. So, I mean, MadaÍ is my name. It's a name
Mm.
from the Bible. It's in chapter Genesis, first chapter up in there. So yeah, that's my first name. And then my last name, Chakell, was something that I literally made up with my mom and my uncle because my real last name, I mean, it's not a secret, but I just not gonna say it. You gotta go do your research if they want to go find out. But like my real last
Hmm.
name just gave old man to me. Like it just gave old person and it doesn't sound like Beyonce. So when I
Hmm.
made up this last name with my uncle and my mom, we were just like going through a bunch of names and just saying a bunch of things. And when he said Chakell, I was like, I like that. And I was 11. So I chose Chakell at 11 and I've stuck with it.
I love that. So
Mhm.
what led you to, singing and, performing music? Because you could have, just stuck with acting, voice
Yeah.
acting and, dancing and doing, that stuff. And I know, you did Broadway. Was it the Broadway that made you want to, take music a little bit more seriously? What made you want to do that?
Well, honestly, while being on Broadway, I'm doing all three of those things. And while doing
Mm-hmm.
that, like when I was in Lion King, Willow had just came out with Whip My Hair. So I had saw her do
Mm-hmm.
that and I said, I think when not even I think when that happened, I cried. When Whip My Hair came out, I literally cried because I felt like somebody was like stealing from me. I'm like, That's what I do. Like I felt so hurt. Like I was 9. I did not know how to process it, and I was just really saddened by seeing someone do what I've been wanting to do. So when that happened, I kind of dibbled and dabbled in like writing music, but I was still on tour, so it wasn't my focus. But I knew that I wanted to be a pop star at that time. And then after doing Broadway, I just naturally thought I was gonna be, China and McClain, Ant Farm, and that didn't happen. And so when my career wasn't going the way I wanted it to with just acting really, I was like, okay, let's try something else because I'm a dancer. I can dance, I can bust moves, but I'm not a professional like Alvin Ailey trained to dance. So
Right.
I'm like, that's long gone because I'm not stretching right now to just start something. And then I just knew that okay, I can sing. Let's try this, and I just tried it
Stuck
again.
with it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's dope. So was it hard for you to, to keep the faith in the times where, things weren't going right? You said you weren't doing so well in the acting field and, you had to basically, find what was right for you. Was it hard for you to keep the faith?
Yes, because it's just like everybody wants overnight success no matter how you want to slice it. Everybody wishes they could just wake up and the light is there. And so when it wasn't happening over and over, I'm just like, what am I going to do? But honestly, my hate, and I don't want to say this in a bad way, but my specific hate towards school was so strong that I knew I couldn't do
You
anything
had to
else.
be doing.
I had to stay in this because it was too late. Like I was not sitting in nobody's cubicle. I don't have the brain to do that. Like I'm not, if I don't want to do something, I literally can't do it well. And that was how I
Hmm.
felt about anything that felt close to school. So I had to
Hmm.
stuck it out because I would have been a bum really because I ain't got nothing else. I mean, I could be other things, but it still would just be in the entertainment world. Whether that would be like a teacher of some sort, just anything entertainment was all that I knew I had a passion to do. So it was hard, but I had no choice, really.
I love that. Were there times where you struggled with finding your purpose, and was there a time where you struggled with, because and I'm on this topic because some people need to hear, especially coming from you, your fans need to hear, I wasn't doing what I wanted to do, or things of that nature. So was it hard for you to find your purpose, and was it hard for you to, I guess, balance the fact because people want you to go to school, people want you to go to trades, people want you to have something to fall back on. So
Yeah.
was it hard for you to not find your purpose but actually full throttle pursue your purpose?
I think that I I don't know if I necessarily thought of it so specifically on like what's my purpose because I kind of always knew
Hmm.
what I was good at. It was really a matter of what do I want to do? Because
Hmm.
I think, like I said, with the whole, this is so crazy. This conversation is amazing. Like I said, I wasn't born a singer. I mean, at least not to me. Like some people, I mean, people was like, yeah, your daughter can sing, but I wasn't singing. There's kids that come out the womb singing like nobody's business, and I was not that kid. So I think
Beyonce.
right. And that's just not me. Like there are really kids that are like that. And I think for me, like I said, my passion for anything that I do was so strong that I could have went in many different avenues because like if I wanted to, I could be a spiritual leader. I could be a teacher of this. And because I was even teaching like kindergartners one time, like at after school, like
Mm.
literally just teaching them because I think naturally people are always gravitating towards me. So I could have went anywhere. I was just trying to figure out what did I want to do. I knew my purpose was to just have influence over people's minds and stuff like that because I know that
Wow.
my yeah, because I know that my message in general, no matter what it is just a pure statement that I could have went in any avenue. I just had to figure out which one I wanted to go down.
Wow, I'm very shocked right now and taken aback because girl, we're twins. We are literally
Twin.
twins. Like it took me a while to actually, find what best works for me when it comes to my purpose. But I share that same speech. Like I could be doing so many things right now. Like you can ask my producer Alex right now. I'm good at so many things. You want
Yeah.
me to do this? I got you. You want me to do this? I got you. But it took me a minute to actually, sit. It actually took me to graduate college and have that time without, having a set schedule to do something. It took me that
Yeah.
time to sit back and be like, what do I want to do?
Yeah.
Yes, I want to be successful. I want my message to be heard. I want people to know me for this, but what do I want to do so that that can happen? And wow, that's
Yeah.
amazing. I love that. I love that we share the same story. I do. So
Thanks.
how do you practice your craft? How do you, keep this instrument right here tuned?
Yeah. Honestly, the circumstances of my life now are not ideal of how I would want to do like keeping up of this, because if I had it my way, I'd be on like this like tight schedule of like boot camp running in the morning, then vocal this here, then I'd go here for this. I'd do all these things because when I was in Lion King, we were on like a schedule of just making sure you
Hmm.
the best. And when you are just in your own world, I kind of like not good at creating a schedule with things. So when it comes to like working on my voice, I know I have to warm up and I drink my tea. I try to, make sure I have a lot of water in my system, staying hydrated, do the cardio, doing all those things. But it's just so I wouldn't call it a mess in a sense because I'm the one controlling it. I wish I had like someone telling me do this, do this, do this, do this. Um,
Right.
but yeah, I have to do it myself right now.
Right now. That's the
Yeah.
important part because baby, you're gonna get there. Trust.
Yes.
Trust you're going to get there. So is there a favorite piece that you've performed of yours or out of the music that you dropped? Which is your favorite?
um, Probably say something, but I also really love You'll Get Over It. Like, I just know that when the time comes, I'm creating a video for You'll Get Over It. I don't care how many years later it is. I need that video to be like a big budget video. I have this crazy idea that it wouldn't even do it justice if I try to do it now at this stage of my life. So I love You'll Get Over
Hmm.
It, but I love Say Something because it's one of like my best vocal performances. And I think that that was a song that people started to take me serious. Like for some reason, all my other songs, because they're such high energy, people don't take it as serious. They're like, oh well, yeah. I'm like, no,
Why
but
do you
I'm
think that is?
because when things are not like soppy and sad or sappy, whatever the word is, people when it's like high energy and like happiness, they don't see it as like true art. They want to see pain and they want to see tears and they want to see all those things. They're like,
Mm,
wow, this is profound. But if I'm like making it look easy and I'm having a jolly time and I'm flipping and doing all this stuff, you're not realizing that this is still a high level of like execution.
right, 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 right. Okay, so when it comes to, you listening to music or even, singing regularly, is there anything specific that you listen for, any niches that you listen for when you're listening to music? Like it could be, riffs, runs, the musicality, the vocal stacking, the backgrounds.
Yeah.
What do you listen for? What does your ear go for?
I listen for tone. That's one because how do I word this? I like to hear people that know when to use certain inflections at certain times for certain songs because sometimes people are great singers, but they're singing that song the same way from the beginning to the end. So if I notice that you're not understanding the wave of emotions, the up and down, the musical, roller coaster, I'm gonna immediately hear that. So I'm listening for that. And then I'm also listening for runs. I love runs like so much, but also not runs that are just because, like runs that are in moments where it's like, oh, that was like a feeling run, not just a run because oh you can sing. You know what I mean? So I
Yeah,
think
yeah,
wait, can you hear me? Okay, sorry.
yeah, yeah. You're good, babe.
A phone call. But yeah, so for me, that's what I listen to. I listen to the tone and knowing when to have certain runs happen.
Love that. So with that being said, who's your favorite artist that, embodies that for you?
This is so hard because I love so many people for many different reasons.
If you
And
can give me a top five, who would it be?
okay, Party Next Door, because he
Mm-hmm.
specifically knows when to use runs to evoke emotion. Um, then I would say Pink, because she is great at having a roller coaster with her voice. We start off in this feeling, but then she's going to use her voice in this way at this moment. So she's great at that.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and then I would say Christina Aguilera, because I think the power is just amazing.
Baby.
Yes. And then I'd probably end it with, oh, this is hard. Justin Bieber, Chris Brown, and Demi Lovato. I know that was six, but I had to put them in.
I love it. I really do. So what artist or song has been like on repeat for you recently?
On repeat. I'm not gonna lie. I really am not trying to be this person, but my Jersey remix of my song Say Something is so good. Like I
I'm
have
glad you actually talked about it. Go ahead, go ahead, go ahead, go ahead.
I've played that song so many times because I just what I love about that song is that Say Something is such like a, I guess you would call it a ballad of some sort. But the fact that it became a dance record and still is just as good. It's like I have the best of both worlds because I love to dance. I love dance music and I just love that remix.
Literally, I was about to get into that. How did you come about working with the people that you worked with when it comes to, making that a totally new track? Like
I
it's
know.
totally no. I listened to it. I was like, wait a minute, let me get
Yeah.
into Joe real quick.
Yeah, that's my song. Honestly, it came about because the first remix, which is the drum and bass, which is also super fire, it's a whole new genre for me. Like I've never even knew drum and bass was a thing. So I'm definitely
Mhm.
vibing with that one as well. But that's how it came about because the producer I worked with, Born Peace, he is amazing and I actually sent him Say Something before I even finished it. And I guess, but I didn't send it to him to do that. I just knew that he would like it. So I'm like, listen to this. He gonna come back and send me that remix. I'm like, hold on, wait. Why do I love this? Okay, we got a remix going on. And that's how it started. He was the reason that I even thought of like remixes. I really was actually trying to do features. I was trying to get other people to get on it and make the song a whole new thing. But the world said no, it's gonna be remixes because every feature that I was trying to make shake wasn't shaking. And then the remixes were just coming. So after he did the drum and bass, then I had a friend who like had a friend that knew how to make Jersey beats, and I'm like, yeah, let's do that because I've always wanted a song of mine to be a Jersey record. Like I grew up on Jersey Club remixes, so I'm like, I need this somehow. Let's try it with this, and then that's how I got my two remixes. I'm actually working on a third one of another genre, so hopefully that is soon. And yeah.
Love to see that. So, are there any artists or producers that you would consider a dream collaboration that you would like to work with?
Yes, yes, yes. It's weird because I feel like I'm still trying to understand the difference between wanting to work with someone or just loving that person because of what they do. Because then sometimes I think about, would that really sound good? Like, not that it wouldn't, but I just love what they do that maybe I'm gonna just leave them do it and
Hmm.
maybe I just stay by myself. But I know I've mentioned his name millions of times, but I would love to have a song with Party Next Door. I think that that would be amazing. Like after hearing Excited or Excitement with him and Trippy
Hmm.
Red, I realized that my emo R&B would sound amazing with him because Trippy Red kind of
Hmm.
is really on that rock sound in that song. And that's really the pocket I like to be in as well. So after hearing that, I was like, yeah, that'd be dope. And then also just on the R&B tip, like that would be a great song. Also, Drake. I love Drake. I love all the icons. Like I love everyone really. And that'd be dope. Like the whole Young Money, Lil Wayne, Nicki, all
Yeah,
those people.
very much, very
Yeah.
much. So, you know, we got the singles from you. Are we, is it, I guess safe to say that we're only for now, in this time, getting singles, or are you working on an EP or an album from us, Scarlett later?
So
Please.
definitely not working on an album at this time because I just would want the world to receive it and not just the four corners of the world. I think that if I'm gonna put in a lot of effort, I want to know that I'm reaching a lot more people than I am now with that. But I
Mm-hmm.
have been thinking about an EP. But I just don't. I'm still just trying to figure out when would be a good time because, like I said, honestly, we can call it EP album, whatever you want to call it. It's a collection of music, and I still want people to hear it. So I'm unsure about that. But for singles, we're definitely not stopping those. Those will be coming, and hopefully on a more rapid pace because I do go some months without dropping a single. But yeah, I
Mm-hmm.
plan to definitely drop something again at least before the year ends.
I love that. Have you know the idea of more cover singles came to mind? Are we going to be expecting more covers
Yeah.
from you?
Yes, I love doing covers because I always will have a love for like flipping songs into like my own style. So those will be coming for sure. And also songs that you probably just wouldn't expect to hear. Like I really want to like remix Jamaican songs because I'm also Jamaican and a lot of people kind of
Mm.
don't know that. And I need to touch on Jamaica and give them their shine and show them that, bad gals run it. And I want to give them that.
Love that. Okay, so before we go for real, it's one question that I ask all of my artists that I'm interviewing. You know, give me your answer. So if you were stuck on an island with only three albums to listen to, what three albums are you picking?
What three albums am I picking? You see, I'm not even an album girl, so I really gotta think. But
Mm-hmm.
I would probably play Drake, the one with the clouds, that album where his face to the side with the clouds. Forgot what
Mm-hmm.
album that has Pound
I
Cake
forgot the
on
name
it.
of too,
Come
yeah.
Through, I think is on there. Yeah. Yeah, and yeah, that album. A third one, well, second one, um, maybe. Ooh, this is really tough. I'm probably gonna play a Day 26 album. I don't know which one, but one of the Day
Mm.
26 because I just love Day 26 and I never get tired of them. And then a third one would probably be hmm maybe Justin Bieber's Christmas album.
The Christmas album.
Yes, because I used to
Why
play that
that one?
album the whole year. Like, because those songs are just really good. Yeah.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Well, thank you so much for joining us today, MadaÍ.
Thank you for having
Give the people, tell the people where they could find you, give the people your social, let them know, Spotify, tell them where you're at. Plug you in.
Hey everybody, you can find me on all platforms if you just type in my name, MadaI. If you type that in on TikTok, my videos will come up, Instagram will come up, everything, Spotify, all the things. Um, and yeah, just like stay tuned for other things I have coming. And yeah, go stream my song, Say Something, and my 3 songs before that. Tell me if you like them. And yeah.
Period. Well, thank y'all so much for tuning in. Again, I'm Jay Pleasant. Please make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Turn on the post notification bell to get notified for more beautiful videos just like this one. And I will see you in the next.
What's up, everybody? It's your girl, MadaÍ Chakell. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And don't forget to stream Say Something out now on all platforms.
Period. Love it.